they've added DJ Reader, who I thought maybe Tennessee would get. Defensive tackle, good guy to help out against the run. Added him today. Earlier this week. They've had problems on their back end of their defense. So they turn around and acquired Carlton Davis in a trade with Tampa in exchange for a third-round pick. Third-round pick, the Lions also receive the 2024 sixth round and a 2025 sixth-round pick as part of the trade. So got a player and 2 draft picks. And Carlton Davis, pretty good corner. He's listed as a starter there, Carlton Davis. Like I mentioned, right defensive tackle, DJ Ritter, Marcus Davenport, Jack Campbell. I mean, defense is coming together. Carlton Davis, Cameron Sutton there at your corners. And, of course, Kirby Joseph at safety. And, of course, you got Brian Branch there at the other safety. Jared Goff in a contract year. That's my only concern if he holds out. Haven't read or seen anything about that. That could get done. Any minute now. There's no announcement of this, but I'm just telling you, in my opinion, I could see them working out something maybe a little richer than what the 5 years, was it 3 years, 100 million, 3 years, 100 million or something like that for Baker Mayfield. Something a little bit better than that. I don't think Goff is going to break the bank. Goff seems to be bought into this team. Now, Goff seems to be a character guy. And I'm going to play a Dan Campbell quote here in a minute. Everybody's buying in. You know, Ben Johnson came back. He didn't want to take the commander job. Then again, maybe he's not head coaching material. And maybe he's a Josh McDaniels type that just wants to be number 2, which is fine and good for Detroit fans, right? But he's back. Shady's back again. You know, big Detroit Lions fan, Eminem. Only thing is, I would have probably moved off Glenn. I would have probably tried to upgrade my defensive coordinator. Now, they have had some upgrades at defensive personnel. They did lose out on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to the Eagles, who got another big signing today. But that's a different story. Anyways, okay. So they're doing something special. Let me play, speaking of the devil here, let me play the NFL Network put this out on their social media site. This is from Hard Knocks. Dan Campbell talking to the team, hyping me up. Just listen to it. That's why I took down a soundbite. Listen up. Dan Campbell taught early on, or I think it's just like his first season with the Detroit Lions. I think this is after like a preseason win or something. Go figure.
There is nothing like winning. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter if it's freaking dominoes, it's spades, it's bourrée, it's croquet, it's chess, it's preseason, ass kicking. It does not matter, man. Winning is winning. And it feels good, man. And then we needed to taste that. Because that's where we're going. That's what we got to get used to. The best thing we did this game, we complimented each other. We complimented each other. When we needed offense, we took it all the way down on a 20-play drive and shoved it right down their throat for a touchdown when we needed it. Defense, hold our ground. Hold our ground. Hold our ground. They hit a play, but they're down what? Right? They're down 1. They got a decision to make, all right? They're going to go for the win. We got one more chance, defense, and what'd you do? You played the down, and we win the game. That play before that is all for naught. We'll clean that up. It doesn't matter. Because what matters is you made the play when we had to have it to win the game. That's how you win. That's how winners are made. That's how winning teams are made. We got better this week. We got better. Those 2 days and a day, we got better, man. This is an outstanding trip for us. That's well done, man. That's what it's supposed to taste like and feel like. It's good, man. We're going up. We're going places. Stay true to who we are and what we're about. And if you guys do that,
keyword true to who you are. That's what you hear from players that play for Campbell. You know, a lot of players come back. I'm surprised that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson didn't want to come back. But Howie Roseman and the Eagles, they gave him more money. He went back to Philadelphia. That's what you hear constantly. Hey, the guy's true to himself. Doesn't try to be somebody else. He's not scripted. He's really authentic. You'll be surprised at how many coaches are not authentic. The former coach, Matt Patricia, was not authentic. He tried to be like a lot of former Bill Belichick assistants. Bill Belichick, just be you. Because the players do not like that. It's hard to get guys to run through brick walls when a lot of their contracts guaranteed already. When you're inauthentic like that, listen to one of his best players, Aiden Hutchinson, on the 33rd Team's podcast here, talking about Dan Campbell.
Coach Campbell, you know, he's an aggressive play caller, aggressive decision maker, and I feel like that shows that he has a lot of trust in our guys and what we've got and what we can do. So,
what's that meme you saw on Twitter? Dan Campbell playing blackjack. He has two kings.
Yeah.
He has two kings. He says, "Hit me."
So that's him though, and that's why we all love him though. It's like even people talk about how he goes fourth down a lot, this and that, but I feel like
the fake punt was sick too.
Like the fact that he's just willing to roll the dice and like on our own 30-yard line, like in the first or second quarter. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work and it sucks when it doesn't, but
It sucks when it doesn't.
It makes teams play.
And he says it with a smile on his face because he knows they're leading out on the field. I personally hope that the guy doesn't get crazy with the fourth down thing. I do think if they're in it for years to come, 2 or 3 years from now, and he's still going for it in fourth down and costing them big playoff games, the fans will eventually turn on Campbell because they want to win like anybody. It's so new right now. There were fans crying in the stands when they won the playoff game back in January against the Rams, the first playoff game in over 30 years. I mean, that's a long time. But that being said, you look at the Brad Holmes, what he's done. You look at the fact they've brought in help to stop the run. They've signed another cornerback here. Jared Goff, I think he's not going to hold out, but that is a story to monitor. That's something to monitor over the next few days or whatnot. All that being said, if I had to pick it today in the NFC, I don't see any reason why, and I haven't even looked at their schedule, this will change, that they don't get to the Super Bowl this year.